Hey, this is David. I'm once again trying to give you something of value. This time we are talking about you taking advantage of the opportunity that we're presenting to you with this wealth transfer alliance technology software is for you, an independent business building advocate. That's what we are. We are independent business building advocate, and we participate in our marketing system called Peak Pass and Pay. Peak Pass and Pay. No selling, just Peak Pass and Pay. And the name of my company is called the Diamond Review, a wealth transfer agency. That's who I am. I'm a wealth transfer agency, transferring my wealth, showing you how to transfer your wealth, showing you how to produce a residual monthly income from the process of Peak, Pass, and Pay. That's all we're doing. And it's so simple. And I hope for you to pay close attention to what we're talking about. Now, there are three ways to get started. You can come on as an affiliate, which I don't really recommend because you are a personal producer and you got to work a little harder than you would if you decide you want to come on as an advocate. As an advocate, building business advocate, you can participate in 10 different ways to get paid. Okay, we are a subscription based agency model. You gotta understand that we are a subscription based agency model participating in a peak pass and pay process that can produce an astronomical amount of money once you get an understanding of the process and apply what we're going to train you to do. And we have training, weekly training, and all you got to do is just attend the training. Okay, again, Peak, Pass, and Pay is a process that we use. We are a technology company specializing in estate planning software, plus many other different kinds of opportunities that'll give you a handsome monthly income from the process of Peak, Pass, and Pay. Okay, Wealth Transfer Alliance technology and software, Peak, Pass, and Pay marketing system. And you see the Peak, Pass, and Pay here. Don't worry about the picture that you see on the left side because the Let's Get Started form, that's really the process of Peak, Passing, and Paying. That little form, we complete that form for our clients. We pass it on to the second party, third party person, and the third party person start paying our process on a monthly basis, month after month after month after month. The more you pass, the more you peak, the more you pass, the more you get paid. The more you peak, the more you pass, the more you get paid. So all you really got to do is understand the principle of peak, passing, and paying. Okay. Now we're going to show you the form a different way, different kind. This is a form. This is our wealth transfer agency Peak Pass and Pay monthly residual income form. I put my picture here to let you see who I am, and you see my name is on the form. So your name will be on your form when you decide that people will participate in the Peak Pass and Pay process. And you're going to earn a handsome monthly residual income from the process. And all you need to do this is to have a little time to give yourself an understanding of what we're talking about. And we're going to try to do that in this presentation here so you can see. Now, here is a process of Peak, Pass, and Pay. It's called Payroll Tax Initiative. The Payroll Tax Initiative is payroll reported determines the qualifications. So we're looking at this form that we Peak and Pass. We got the employer's benefit. The employer gets a benefit. You see up to 500 employees. Well, that person gets a benefit for the employees. The employer does. The employee gets a benefit. You see, then we got the preventive health initiative, the wealth initiative benefit. The employee gets a benefit also, and everyone benefit in this process. Don't don't pass it up. Just take the advice that we were giving you, 1, 2, 3, and participate in the process. Now, Peak Pass and Pay is a monthly residual income designed specifically for persons who don't like selling, like, and that's what this is about Pique-Pass-Pay. Now, here's our number one product. Our number one product is estate planning. We show you how to avoid the probate code. Now, everyone who does not establish their own estate planning technology, they will end up in probate court. If you own a car, if you own a home, boat, plane, whatever it is you have a title to, that's a product. And it's an estate. And if you don't put it in a position so that it won't go to probate, then you'll be well off. But if it goes to probate, the probate is going to hold it 10, 15 to 20 years, however they choose to hold it. And they can charge you 10 to 15 to 20% of the value of your estate. Now, having $1 million estate, you see what that $100,000 is going to go to the probate court if you allow them to assess your $1 million estate at 10%. That $1 million is gone. You can't get it back. It's not tax deductible, and you can't do anything with it because you will have allowed your will to go to probate. And to avoid probate, you want to do that through the revocable living trust. Set yourself up a trust. My income tax video is going to explain that. Just visit that My Income Tax video. It's going to explain to you why you want to have a revocable living trust as opposed to letting your estate go to probate. You set yourself up your own power of attorney. Yes, the advanced health care directive. All these data are what you're going to get an advanced understanding of before you leave this process. And once you do, you can also participate in a healthy income process. This is an example of the various types of income. Now, on the left side, you see the affordable medical benefits. You see the corporate employee benefits. Well, look at the income. And that's produced by the advocate, the business billing advocate. You see? So all you have to do is get an understanding how to do it. Now, it's broken down to show you that you can be an advocate, you can be a senior advocate, you can be a direct district advocate, you can be a regional advocate, you can be a national advocate, and a partner. Well, look what a partner earns on a monthly basis, on a yearly basis, simply by affording yourself the opportunity to take advantage of the opportunities that's been presented. Look on the right side, you see the estate planning. Now, the estate planning, you see that's a subscription. And you are going to set up your estate plan. And as a result of setting up your estate plan, it's everything that you see is through the Pique-Pass-Pay process. The Pique-Pass-Pay process. That's what you're going to end up doing in that whole process of understanding what we are presenting. It's the estimated business income. The estimated business income that you see at the top is an estimate. We can't guarantee that you're going to make that. You most likely, if you employ yourself as we are going to recommend, you will earn more than what you see. But it's application. Whose application? Your own personal application. Now look, this is the software. The software is $19.95. Now, I'm an accountant since 1968. I've been in the tax business, preparing income tax since 1968. So when I tell you something about your tax, I really am giving you a professional courtesy by giving you the information that I'm giving you. So a tax-deductible independent business expense is what we do here to show you how to set up your estate. $19.95, what it's going to cost you. $19.95. One time out of pocket, or you can finance it. I'm recommending that you finance it so you can take a monthly tax deduction for the financing of the $19.95. You can take a couple of weeks to set up sometimes as little as 2 days to set up your software so your estate can be running. But now, the write-off can be annually, it can be one time, or you can write it off on a monthly process. And if you decide you're going to buy it all at one time, and you're going to have a service fee of $29.95 per year, which is also a tax deduction because you are now operating a business as a business billing advocate with Wealth Transfer Alliance. Down at the bottom saying the annual tax deductible business expense is available to independent business owners after enrolling or completing the enrollment form. That's all you got to do. Complete it. Once you complete it, you are now in business, and your income is going to change, and your tax refund is going to change because your liabilities will be less by using the process that we're going to recommend as an accountant. I'm recommending that you set up your system so that you can have everything on your bank statement. The bank statement become your best friend because it records, the banker does, where he or she does record all the income that you earn. He or she also record all the expenses that you incur. And you go through your bank statement on a monthly basis because most banks now have what we know as digital banking. And you can email yourself your bank statement on a monthly basis. You can write on your bank statement what your expenses were, what your income were for that particular month. And at the end of the year, you simply give your accountant your bank statement, and now your taxes are complete, along with all your other incomes. And you can have earned income, you can have passive income, and there's different kinds of income. And nowadays, you may be able to have both because in our country, in the United States of America, you can have earned income from a W-2, and you can also have earned income from a 1099-G. The G stands for government, because some of the persons in America today are getting both the W-2 and the 1099-G. And if you get unemployment, that's another form as the 1099-G. You see what I'm saying? So all we are trying to do is to show you how to prepare yourself to save money on your income tax, earn money in your business, and your business is ran from your home. It's considered to be a home-based business. Now, you can charge your business rent. It has to operate. So that's a business expense. You may have to travel for your business. That's a business expense. You may have to do a whole lot of things that you're not aware of for your business that can become a business expense and save you money and decrease your liability, and increase your refund. Now I'm going to go forward with this to show you how you're going to get involved with this estate planning software and how you're going to get involved as a business billing advocate with Wealth Transfer Alliance. Okay, now here, this is the Wealth Transfer Alliance financial application. If you want to finance the 1995, you can do that. If you want to finance the 1995 plus the 495, you can do that. That'll be a total of $2,490. And now you're financing that for the whole year. What's your monthly write-off? Whatever the finance fee is for that, you're writing that off every month. if it doesn't take you but 6 months, we don't know how long you want to set it up for. But whatever it is, it's a whole year. You still have a write-off every month in that year to write it off on your income tax. And this is just an example here to show you a business billing advocate startup fee is $495. And if you're going to finance your estate planning software and say for a fee of $60 a month, then you're looking at $555 for the whole year. That's tax deductible on a monthly basis because your $60 is tax deductible and your $495 is also tax deductible. So all we're talking about is you becoming a wealth transfer business billing advocate and write it off on your income tax. Now, not to do that means that you don't have any business expenses. Yet everybody who prepare a tax return in America need to have 3 things on their tax return, and most often they don't have 2. We're talking about people and those persons. You want those persons to be under age 13 so they can qualify for the credit if they continue to keep the credit. And they may not be able to keep the credit, but a person of 13 and below gets a credit. So now people on your tax return, 2 or 3 children, is going to give you some kind of a break on your income tax. But you also have a rental property, or properties. A property, a rental property, or properties is also a business operation. You can write that off, business operation expenses. Or you can have a business like this wealth transfer line, advocate business, building business. All we're talking about is you having business, and a husband and a wife can have two businesses in the house. So you only need people, properties, or business, or businesses, and that will reduce your tax liability, and it also will also increase your refund should you have anything withheld from your earnings. And I'm gonna move on. Here's just a continuation of the application that we started talking about. You see down at the bottom, you have to agree to the terms of the application. That's the little box in the left-hand corner. So now are financing your business for the year that you started. And if you started in 2025, you will be financing it the remainder of 2025. And those business expenses, startup costs and travel and different kind of things that you incurred in January of 2025 can be included on your 2025 income tax. Without starting a business, you won't have that. That's an understanding that we hope for you to get in this presentation here. Understand that as a business, you're going to have expenses that you're going to incur, and you can write them off this year and 26 as well, because January 1, 26, you're going to start your process all over again for that taxable business year. You see what I'm saying? So now look, here is the conclusion of that application. All we've done is show you how to finance the 1995 and the 495 should you decide to finance both. But if you want to finance either one, then enroll and then start saving your information on your bank statements, because that's what it's about. Now look, here's a trip. My income tax video, that's me. Okay, it's a picture that you see 2 times, that's me. And I'm showing you what you could have if you had a business trip and you're returning or going to a city or returning from a city. You can write that trip off because it's business. What am I saying? I'm saying if you live in Alaska and you decided you want to go down to Hawaii to tell someone about your business that you operate in Alaska, your trip from Alaska to Hawaii will be a business trip because you're going to Hawaii for a specific purpose, is to tell someone how to enroll in your business that you're operating in Alaska. You see what we're talking about? So that's really the gist of what we're talking about. Now look, again, this is Internal Revenue 1040, and I'm just showing you this here to show you the various types of business expenses and income that you can report. So I keep showing you my domain name just to show you the video that I really want you to see. So the Down Review and Associates is the name of my company, tax account company, since 1968. The income as an income tax accountant. I'm now a wealth transfer alliance business building advocate, and I'm writing off of my business expenses that I incur for that business. So on my tax return, you see, I have the tax business as a business, and I have wealth transfer alliance as a business. So you see what we're talking about? So you can do the same. A husband and wife can have 2 or 3 different businesses. A husband, a man, single, woman, man, have just one. They have 2. We don't know. But I'm just trying to show you so you can get an understanding of what we're talking about. All right, stop this and play this video open until you get an understanding of the video. Now I'm showing you this here to show you from a family standpoint, is that I'm going to recommend that the person in the center with the gray hair can leave her legacy to all of her children and her grandchildren. And that's what you may want to do. Leave your estate to your children and to your grandchildren. I live in a county called Prince George's County, which is in the state of Maryland. That's where I live. And what I'm showing you in the picture, and it's a picture's worth 1,000 words, maybe worth more, I don't know. But what I'm saying is, this picture is showing you how you're going to participate in receiving your share of $124.4 trillion between 2023 and 2048, 124.4 trillion wealth transfers transferred out. Should you not just take the initiative to participate in your share of that? But of course, it's wealth transfer. We're transferring that wealth from one source to another, and you would be the source that is being transferred to. Now, what about the residual income that you're going to earn, and how do you report it? Well, this is a form that, an example of the form that you could report. Now, this is a Schedule C, but the Schedule C comes in different kinds of form. The 1040 is a form. The 1065 is a form. The 1041 is a form. The 1120 is a form. And each one of those forms can have a Schedule C. So we don't know how you want to set it up. But there's another form that you want to complete. It's called the SS4. The SS4 is an application for you to get your EIN number, your employer's identification number, from the Internal Revenue. That form, you can also set up different kinds of entities. Sole proprietor, yep. All different kinds of entities. I'm not going to get into that right now because I don't have it here for you to see. But this is page 1 and page 2 of the Schedule C. And you notice on page 1 of the Schedule C, you see Part 1. That's income. I didn't put anything there, but on the Part 2, under the expenses, I list some things that you can write off starting up your business. Then on Part 3 is your cost of goods sold. And you may have cost of goods sold. Part 4 is for your vehicles that you own and operate your business. Okay, and Part 5 is your other expenses. And all of this is Schedule C. And the Schedule C is going to be reported on your 1040, plus or minus. If it's a minus, it reduces your liability. If it's a plus, it may increase your liabilities. But your income minus your business expenses is what you want to keep a record of. And those data on your bank statement. All right, we're moving on. Here is the Schedule A, itemized deductions. Well, we are in the process of Pique-Pass-Pay. Many of the forms that we're going to be using are health forms, health insurance forms. And you'll see on this particular Schedule A, look at line 3. Line 3 says multiply line 2 by 7.5%. So whatever you're on line 2, that's going to be your adjusted gross income. And we're going to multiply that by all over above that amount is tax deductible. Well, who knows what you're going to have through the Pique-Pass-Pay process, because you're operating a business and your business are related to all different kinds of health and other forms of insurance. So we don't know, but I put it here just to let you see. And this is the Schedule A. It's Schedule A 2 times. You have a Schedule A also with Form 706. You have a Schedule A also with Form 1040. So it's 2 different forms. And the Schedule A with the 706 was recently revived in 2025 going forward. So you're going to have both of these as a tool to take advantage of your liabilities, as opposed to your liabilities is taking advantage of you. Now look, here is a continuation of the 706 form 706. You see on the right side, the estate tax return file for wealth. We're talking about for your wealth. So you would have to file this if you don't do what we're recommending that you do here. Set up your estate. And then that way your estate will have it, and you most likely won't do a lot of participating in it because it's for your beneficiaries. And what I'm saying is, after you have gone home and got your new assignment with the Lord, before you would have to concern with it, because you would have set it up to avoid probate, to avoid having to pay. That's what we're talking about you doing. Your avoidance will be not to pay. And you also are going to participate in earnings, the kind of income that we're showing here. This is a corporate employee benefits. And if you had enough withal to go out and get 1,000 people out of a pool of 300 million people, 10,000 out of a pool of 300 million. This would be your annual income and your monthly income if you were to go out and get 10,000 employees out of a pool of 300 million. This is just an example. I put my phone number here so you can call and we can talk as much as you want to talk about it. I can give you additional information that I can share with you that's also going to benefit you and help you do what I'm asking you to take a chance on me to do. Now here is a new sample. This is as of October the 1st of 2025. As of October the 1st of 2025, my Wealth Transfer Allowance connection with the company, Wealth Transfer Allowance, introduced the Homesteaders Life Insurance Pique-Pass processing system to its business associates and affiliates. So as a business associate of Wealth Transfer Allowance, I'm now being introduced to something that's new as of October the 1st of 2025. Can't give me any details about it other than just that this data here came from the Homesteaders Life Insurance website. That's where these data came from. Don't know, I can't give you nothing about it other than what you see on the screen. These are the, according to the information, that we have a unique partnership with Homesteaders Life Insurance Company. I'm talking about Wealth Transfer Allowance through the Pique-Pass-Pay process. And this is the company that we are joining as a partner through the Pique-Pass-Pay process. All right, so there's nothing that I can give you other than what you see. And you can do this for yourself going to the website to get the information. What makes Homesteaders different? Well, look, they in years and service 119 years, so it's a pretty stable company. A minus, yes, that's their rating. Look at the policies that they issued in 2024, 100,000, 25, 100% participant with the customers. So it's not a company that you don't want to that you want to pass up. You want to at least get an understanding of what this company is offering. Now, as of October the 1st, I can't tell you anything, but today is October the 2nd. I can't give you any additional information on what I'm giving you. But play this over and over again, and you can visit the website yourself. Just go to homesteaders.com and you'll be able to get the information that I'm providing here. All right, now, in conclusion of this, and I am at the end, they have what you know is a cash benefit up to $50,000. So study this information. Go to their website, study the information, and then when you come onto Wealth Transfer Allowance as a business billing advocate with Wealth Transfer Allowance, you then will have the insight on these data here, and you can get the more information from the website of Homesteaders Life Insurance Company. And then that way you hit the ground running, earning money. That's what we're talking about. Keep your information in your hand. Your bank starter, your bank ending. The money goes in is a record. The money comes out is a record. You need both records in order for you not to pay a huge liability and possibly get a large refund if you have the process of maintaining your information in a process that the government is going to require you to do. I want to thank you for letting me, that is, take up so much of your valuable time in this presentation. Almost 30 minutes. But I pray in Jesus' name that it was worth it to you for me to spend the time that we will spend together. Now make sure you share this information with as many people as possible. Every time you share this information, it's going to be of a monetary value to you, because the person that you're sharing it with, if they decide to take advantage of the opportunity that you would have already taken, then you're going to monetarily benefit yourself. And go back through this so you can see how you would be monetarily benefiting. Okay, and then get in touch with me so I can give you some additional information as to how you're going to make strides with this new found phenomenon we call Wealth Transfer Allowance. Thank you again. Have a good day. Bye-bye.